So, the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts, we get to the next segment of the night where we see Tony Schiavone. He is standing inside the ring and he introduces Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So, yeah, Ricky Steamboat comes down there to the ring and they're pretty much doing a little celebration, pretty much, for Ricky Steamboat because, Ricky Steamboat got a lot of history in Greensboro, North Carolina, with his feuds and all that stuff and great matches as well. And yeah, they were doing like a little celebration for Ricky the Dragon Steamboat there. And yeah, pretty cool for him. But yeah, he was talking about his history and all that stuff in Greensboro and everything with that. There he was talking about how he won the tag team titles with Dusty Rhodes, I think it was, and, going back in 1978 and 1991 and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was talking about there. But then all of a sudden they get interrupted by Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, and Stokely Hathaway, FTR. They come down there to the ring and then, yeah, FTR starts immediately disrespecting Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Actually, it was Stokely that was talking about how he hasn't seen Macho Man Randy Savage on TikTok in a long time. So yeah, that's what he was talking about there, asking him how he was doing and all that stuff. And then we see Cash Wheeler talking about how Ricky the Dragon Steamboat pretty much how they had their last, how they teamed up with him in his final match in 2022 and all that stuff. And then Dax Harwood was talking about the history with them as well, to my Ricky pretty much was training him and all that stuff. And then he said that, Ricky actually said something very smart. And he said back a few years ago that Ricky told him to save up that money and everything. And he says that was a smart thing that they carry with them now. And then he says that, that Ricky Dragon Steamboat and Ric Flair should have took their own advice. So yeah, that's what he was talking about there, because they wouldn't be there today. So yeah, that's what Dax was telling Ricky, disrespecting him and all that stuff. And then, Dax tells Ricky that he can get out of the ring. And yeah, then Dax pretty much grabbed Ricky by the face because Ricky was not listening, and then Ricky pretty much pushes Dax away, and then he grabs the mic, and then he was talking about how, he would have just beat their asses and all that stuff, but he says that he's going to be the smart man today. He's going to leave out, and he was about to leave out the ring up until FTR starts attacking him, and they was about to hit the Spike Power Driver onto him up until the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Brody King and Brodito comes running down there, making the save, beating down FTR, knocking Cash Wheeler over the top rope, and then they was about to take out Dax Harwood as well, up until he got pulled off of Brody's shoulders by Stokely, and they got saved. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment there. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat did beat up Dax Harwood as well. So yeah, that was pretty cool there. But yeah, up next it'll be the main event. It'll be the men's Blood and Guts match up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till then.